My family's private beach, this was my favourite place in the whole world. This was the one place in the world where nobody else would find us. Since Callum's mum stopped working for my mum, we'd been meeting there every day. That was 3 years ago now, and we'd meet there every day forever. No one could stop us. You've already passed the entrance exam. Why do we still have to do this?
I don't want to give any of the teachers an excuse to kick me out.
You haven't even started school yet, and already you're talking about being kicked out. You've got nothing to worry about. You're in now. They've accepted you.
Being in and being accepted are two different things.
I've just had a thought. Maybe you'll be in my class. Wouldn't that be great?
You think so?
Wouldn't you like to be in my class?
It's a bit humiliating for us Noughts to be stuck in the baby class.
What do you mean? I'm 14.
I'm nearly 16. How would you like to be in a class with kids 2 years younger than you?
The school explained why. You're at least a year behind and...
Noughts only schools have no computers, hardly any books. My maths class last year had 40 students. How many would you have at Heathcroft?
I don't know, about 15?
Well, there you go then. Hardly our fault, is it? There's more to life than just us Noughts and you Crosses, you know.
Don't say that.
Don't say what?
Us Noughts and you Crosses. It makes it sound like I'm in one world and you're in another.
Maybe we are in different worlds.
We aren't if we don't want to be.
If only it was that simple.
It is.
Maybe from where you're sitting.
Have you been, Callum? I was worried sick. Well, I'm waiting. Where were you?
He was with his dagger friend.
Don't use that word, please, Jude.
Jude never called them crosses. They were always daggers.
Wow, were you with that girl again?
No, Mum. I went for a walk, that's all.
Meggie, leave the lad alone.
That'd better be all.
I shouldn't be here. I'm not one of you. I'm a cross. What are you talking about? Look at your skin. You're just as white as the rest of us. Whiter. But my skin's a beautiful colour. So dark and rich and wonderful. I'm fed up with this. She's a ruddy nutter. I can't be a Nought. I just can't.
Listen, Lynette.
I'm a cross closer to God. Stupid cow.
Jude,
Don't you think I'm beautiful, Callum?
Yes, I do, Lynette. Very.
ready for school tomorrow, Callum?
Ready as I'll ever be.
He doesn't need to go to their schools. We don't have to mix with them.
What's wrong with mixing?
It never works. We should be able to educate our own, not wait for the crosses to do it for us.
You never used to believe that.
Well, I'm not as naive as I used to be. Jasmine Hadley opened my eyes.
What would satisfy all the Noughts and Crosses who felt the same as Mum? Separate countries, separate planets. How far away is far enough?
You'll soon think you're too good for us.
Of course he will. You'll be on your best behaviour, won't you? You'll be representing all of us Noughts at the school.
Why do I have to represent all Noughts? Why can't I just represent myself?
You must show them they're wrong about us. Show them we're just as good as they are.
No blankers in our school! No blankers in our school! No blankers in our school!
As the headmaster of this school, it is my legal duty to ask you that you let the new students enter the school.
No blankers in our school! No blankers in our school!
One of them is hurt!
A blanker's hurt!
Blankers out! Blankers out!
Stop it! You're all behaving like animals. Worse than animals, like blankers.
She didn't say that. She couldn't have. Not Seffi. I'm not Blanca. I may be a Nought, but I'm worth more than nothing. I'm not a Blanca. A waste of time and space. A zero. A nothing.
It's just a word.
Just a word.
Sticks and stones, Callum. It's one word, that's all.
If you slapped me or kicked me or punched me or even stabbed me, it would have stopped hurting sooner or later. But I'll never forget what you called me. Seffi. Never. Not if I live to be 500.
Please, I'm so sorry.
Maybe we shouldn't see so much of each other anymore.
Callum, no, I said I was sorry.
Promise me something.
Anything.
Promise me that you'll never, ever use that word again.
I promise. I've never fully realised just how powerful words could be. Whoever came up with that sticks and stones may break my bones rubbish was talking out of their armpit. Why did I say the word? It was as if I was outside myself. More and more I was beginning to feel like a spectator in my own life. I had to make a choice. I had to decide what kind of friend Callum was going to be to me.
So how was school? How were your lessons, son?
It was fine, Dad, except that the teachers totally ignored us, and the crosses used any excuse to bump into us and knock our books on the floor, and even the dinner ladies made sure they served everyone else in the queue before us.
You were on the telly. So was your little friend. The whole world heard what she said.
She didn't mean it like that.
She didn't mean it. That was what she told you, was it? How can you not mean to say something like that?
Shh! The news is on.
Today, Kamal Hadley, Deputy Prime Minister, declared that there would be no hiding place, no safe haven for those Noughts misguided enough to join the Liberation Militia. Is it true, Mr. Hadley, that your government's decision to allow selected Noughts in our schools was a direct result of pressure from the Liberation Militia?
Not at all. This government does not allow itself to be white-mailed by illegal terrorist groups. We acted on a Pangean Economic Community Directive that the government had been on the verge of implementing anyway. Our decision to allow the creme de la creme of Nought youth to join our educational institutions makes sound social and economic sense. The Liberation Militia are misguided terrorists, and we will leave no stone unturned in our efforts to bring them to justice.
Long live the Liberation Militia!
Too right, son.
Do you mind if I join you?
What do you think you're doing?
Sitting down.
Go away, Seffi.
Why should I? I want to sit here. How's your cut?
It's okay. It'll take more than a stone to dent my head.
The plaster's a bit noticeable.
They don't sell pink plasters, only dark brown ones.
Oh, I suppose they do.
What are you doing?
I'm eating my lunch.
Don't be flippant.
I'm not. I'm eating my lunch.
Get back to your table at once.
But I want to sit here.
Now!
Serves her right, coming over to our table and acting like the big I am.
She didn't. It wasn't like that.
Of course it was. She wanted to lord it over us. A little kid like that sitting at our table.
What are you talking about?
Just 'cause her dad's in the government. That Seffi Hadley thought she'd play Lady Magnanimous and sit with us. I bet she'll go and scrub her hand now I shook it.
I walked out of the school, my steps growing ever faster and more frantic, until by the time I was out of the school, I was running until my back ached and my feet hurt, and my heart was ready to burst, and I still kept running. I ran all the way out of town and down to the beach. Seffi! Seffi! Seffi!
Turning your back on me like that, some best friend.
All right, all right.
You're a snob, Callum. I never realised it until now. I thought you were better than that, above all this nonsense, but you're just like all the others. Crosses and Noughts shouldn't be friends. Crosses and Noughts shouldn't even live on the same planet together.
That's rubbish. I don't believe any of that. You know I don't.
Well, if you're not a snob, you're a hypocrite. I'm okay to talk to as long as you can see us, as long as no one knows. Which one is it, Callum? Are you a snob or a hypocrite?
Get lost, Seffi.
With pleasure.
I'm sorry.
I thought that was my job in this friendship, saying sorry. Sorry for being at a good school. Sorry for saying the wrong thing. Sorry for sitting at your table. I'm sick of feeling guilty all the time. It's not my fault that things are the way they are.
I know.
Then stop blaming me, and if you can't, then leave me alone.
We want to have a word with you.
And it has to be in here, does it, Lola?
About what you did yesterday?
What's it to you?
If you sit with the Blankers again, everyone in this school will treat you like one of them.
You need to wake up and check which side you're on.
What do you want to be around them for anyway? They smell funny and they eat weird food. And everyone knows that none of them are exactly close friends with soap and water.
What a load of rubbish. Callum has a wash every day and he doesn't smell. None of them do.
We're only going to say this once. Choose your friends very carefully. If you don't stay away from those Blankers, you'll find you don't have a single friend left in this school.
I bet none of you have even spoken to a Nought before.
Of course we have.
In burger bars.
Everyone knows they're all muggers and they hang around in gangs and knife people.
Look at the facts. It's on the news. The news doesn't lie.
The news lies all the time. They tell us what they think you want to hear. Majority of Noughts are decent, hard-working people.
Who told you that? Your dad?
I bet it was one of her Blanker friends. blank by name and blank by nature.
What are you talking about?
Blank, white faces with not a hint of colour in them. Blank minds which can't hold a single original thought. Blank, blank, blank.
Noughts are people just like us. You're the ones who are stupid and ignorant and...
Blanca, lover, you've had this coming for a long time. When Shania told me the news about Seffi, my feet scarcely touched the ground. I didn't stop until I was standing in front of the Hadley's iron gates. I want to see Seffi. Is she all right?
She's badly bruised and very upset. The doctor has advised that she be kept at home for the rest of the week.
What happened? Why?
Who is it, Sarah?
It's all under control, Mrs. Hadley.
Is it that McGregor boy?
Yes, Mrs. Hadley.
Persephone's mother, can I help you?
I'd like to see Seffi, please.
I believe my daughter was attacked by 3 girls for sitting at your lunch table yesterday. As I understand it, you turned your back on her and told her to go away. Is that right?
I was trying to protect her. I didn't want her to get bullied for being my friend.
Likely story.
Please, let me see Seffi.
You're going to have to go now.
Please.
I'm sorry.
You're a git, Jude, and a vulgar git at that. At least I'm not living a lie. And what's that supposed to mean? You're white, face it.
Leave her alone, Jude, you bully.
Look at you. You think you're too damn good to breathe the same air as us. Well, I've got some news for you. When the daggers look at you, they see someone who's just as white as me. I'm not like you. I'm different.
Stop it, Jude.
See, you're just the same as me, as white as me, and I'm sick and tired of you looking down your nose at me. If you hate what you are, do something about it. Just die or something. And if there is a God, you'll come back as one of those ruddy daggers you love so much, and then I can stop feeling guilty about hating you. She's just a waste of space.
You have no idea what your sister's been through, so how dare you judge her?
Yeah. We all know. She had an accident. Poor little Linny. That was 2 years ago now. Isn't it time she got over it?
You don't know the first thing about what your sister's been through.
It wasn't an accident, was it?
Linny and her boyfriend were attacked by our own. 3 or 4 Nought men beat Lynette's lad nearly to death, and she was so badly hurt she had to spend 2 weeks in hospital.
Why didn't she want us to know?
Because her boyfriend was a cross.
I might have guessed.
She was so ashamed that she begged us not to tell you. Your sister was put into intensive care by those animals. They left her for dead. Is it any wonder that she can't bear to think of herself as one of us anymore? Now leave her alone, or you'll have me to answer to. Do you hear me? Jude, do you hear me?
Where's Jed, Daddy?
Honey, Jed went away a long time ago. Let me get you up.
Where am I?
At home. You're safe now. I'm here.
We'll look after you, Linny.
Where's Jed?
Listen, sweetheart. Jed and his family moved away a long time ago. He's gone.
Not a long time ago. Yesterday. Last week.
It was years ago.
It's my 18th birthday next week.
No, love. You're 20. 20 last April. Come on, let's get up.
I thought I was 17, 18. I don't know what I thought.
Lynette, please.
I'm sorry, Linny. Your hands are the same as mine. The same as theirs.
I'll come with you.
No, I'll be all right.
Seffi, wait! How are you? Are you okay now?
Yes, thank you.
I'm glad.
Are you? You could have fooled me.
What does that mean?
Don't pretend you were worried about me. You didn't come and see me once. You didn't even send me a card.
I came to see you every day. Every single day. Your mum gave orders that I wasn't allowed to be let in. I stood outside your gates every afternoon after school. Ask your mum. No, ask Sarah Pike if you don't believe me. Wild horses could have kept me away.
I have to go now.
Look, meet me in our special place after dinner tonight. We can't talk here. If you're not there, I'll understand.
Goodbye, Callum.
It's me. Can I come in?
Course, you okay?
No. You?
I'll survive.
How do you do it, Callan?
Do what?
Keep going?
I suppose because I know what I want.
Which is?
To be someone, to make a difference, I guess.
Which means more to you, being someone or making a difference? What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that you and me talking like this. It reminds me of the old days.
You haven't answered my question, and don't try to wriggle out of it. Which means more to you, being someone or making a difference?
I don't know. Being someone, I guess. Having a large house and money in the bank and not needing to work and being respected wherever I go. When I'm educated and I've got my own business, there won't be a single person in the world who will be able to look down on me, naught or cross.
Being someone, eh? I would have put money on you choosing the other one.
What's the point in making a difference if you've got nothing to show for it personally? It's if there's not even any money in it. Are you disappointed in me?
You've always been so focused. You've always known exactly where you wanted to end up. I hope it works out for you. You know what I miss? I miss being bonkers.
Don't say that.
I do. I know I was living in a fantasy world before, but at least I was somewhere. Now I'm nowhere.
That's not true.
Isn't it?
Lily, you are all right, aren't you?
I don't know.
Things will get better.
I want to believe that. I really do. Just remember, when you're floating up and up in your bubble, that bubbles burst. The higher you climb, the further you have to fall.
Persephone, you have to believe me. I did come to visit you, I swear.
I believe you.
You spoke to Sarah.
Didn't have to.
Who beat you up?
What does that matter?
I was just curious. Besides, what could I do? I'm just a lowly naught, not on their level or yours.
Stop it.
Stop what?
Callum, it's me, Sephi. I'm not your enemy.
I never said...
Look at me, Callum. I'm your friend. I always will be.
Sorry. When I got home, Lynette was missing.
Jude and Lynette fighting? I go to visit my sister for one evening and the whole family falls apart. Why didn't you tell me what had happened? You're the most ineffectual, useless man it's ever been my misfortune to come across.
Mum!
You can shut right up. I'm sick to the back teeth of the belief you have that you and your opinions are always right. You've been picking up your sister and goading her for months now.
Mr. McGregor,
Yes,
may I come in?
please.
I'm Sergeant Collins.
Officer?
You have a daughter called Lynette?
When the police told us the news, Lynette entered my head and filled my thoughts and spun around me and danced through me until it felt like she was swallowing me up. Mum let out a howl like a wounded animal and sank to her knees. Jude took a step forward and then stopped. The two police officers looked away. The seconds ticked past. Dad hugged Mum, rocking her. Mum didn't speak, and she didn't cry. She didn't make a sound. For the first time in my life, I hated my sister, hated her guts. She'd given in. She'd given up on life and left me to live it. For the both of us. From that moment, I swore that nothing would ever make me do the same as her. Nothing.
I'm going out.
Where?
For a walk.
Meggie, how much longer are you going to carry on like this?
Like what?
Why won't you talk to me?
Will you give that up?
No.
Then we have nothing to say to each other.
Meggie.
What's going on, Dad?
Come on, Jude, we've got work to do.
Where are you going?
Out.
Out where?
To a meeting.
Dad,
What meeting?
None of your business.
Where is it?
that's none of your business either.
How come Jude gets to go with you and I don't?
Because you're not old enough.
Please, let me come with you.
No way.
I won't be any trouble.
Yeah, right.
Callum, you're not coming with us.
Why not? If Jude's old enough to join the Liberation Militia, then so am I.
I don't know what Jude's been telling you, son, but you shouldn't believe everything you hear.
I worked out for myself. I'm not stupid. Besides, you haven't exactly been brilliant at hiding it.
I didn't say anything, Dad, I swear.
Callum, you must promise me never to mention this to anyone.
Okay.
Okay isn't good enough. This could cost us our lives.
I swear I won't tell anyone.
You'd better not, especially your dagger friend.
So can I come with you now?
No. No!
Hello, you.
Hello yourself. Code's still working then?
So what are you up to today then?
I'm going shopping with Mother.
Poor you.
It's not funny.
Of course not.
You're laughing at me again.
As if.
What are you going to do for the rest of the day then?
I thought I might go to the park, or maybe the beach. Perhaps I'll do both. I haven't decided yet.
That's right, rub it in.
Just think of all that lovely money you're going to spend.
Mother's going to spend, not me. She's decided she needs some retail therapy.
Well, if you can't get out of it, get into it.
I'd much rather be with you. Hello?
Maybe we can meet up later this afternoon.
I doubt it. Mum wants to buy some dresses and update my school uniform and buy herself an evening gown and some shoes. Just the shoes themselves will take 3 or 4 hours at least. I swear, Callum, it's going to be torture.
I might see you at the shopping centre. Actually, I've got to get some things for school.
Like what?
I was thinking of buying myself a new calculator.
I'll keep my eyes open for you. Maybe I'll see you at the cafe. You can stop for me going completely insane.
If I miss you at the centre, how about we getting together this evening then? We could have a late picnic on the beach.
I'll try, but I can't guarantee anything.
Fair enough.
Saturday in the Dundale shopping centre. Just shoot me now and put me out my misery.
Lunch that Saturday passed without too much grief. For once, Jude had come home from heaven knows where, so we'd all eaten together, which made a change. I'm off.
Where are you going?
The shopping centre.
You can't.
I'll go where I ruddy like. Since when is it any of your business where I go?
Callum, I don't want you to go there. Not today.
What's going on?
Why shouldn't I? What's wrong with going to the shopping centre?
I forbid you to go there, Callum.
But
What's going on?
I didn't need to hear any more. I ran out of the house, leaving the front door open.
Callum!
Mother was driving me nuts. In our 5 long hours together, I'd bitten my tongue so many times it's swollen up the size of a football. If she asked me for my opinion on one more pair of shoes, I couldn't be responsible for my actions. I sipped my orange juice, grateful for the time alone. She'd gone back to the car park to park away her various purchases. She was enjoying herself. I'm glad one of us was.
Seffi, you've got to get out of here.
Callum, where did you spring from?
Never mind that. Don't argue. Ow, come on.
What's going on?
Move it. Come on. Run. Come on.
Callum, I'm getting a stitch.
We've got to keep going.
Callum, enough.
Before I knew where I was face to face with Mum.
Where have you been? You look terrible. Where's Jude?
I thought he was here.
He and your dad left straight after you. I thought you were all going together. You're shaking.
Haven't you heard?
At least 7 people are known to have been killed outright, with scores more wounded. Casualties are being taken by ground and air ambulances to local hospitals. The wife and daughter of Deputy Prime Minister Kamal Hadley were reported to have been in the shopping centre at the time, but are said to be free from injury. A warning was received from the Liberation Militia only 5 minutes before the bomb actually exploded. We have live images from the scene. Moments ago, Kamal Hadley spoke to one of our reporters.
If the Liberation Militia think this cowardly, barbaric act of terrorism is going to win over the population of this country to their way of thinking, then they are very much mistaken. All they've done is strengthen our resolve not to give in to such people or tactics.
A senior police officer on the scene promised that the perpetrators would be brought to swift justice. There will be more information about this in our main news bulletin after the current.
I'm going to ask you something, Ryan, and I want your solemn promise that you're going to tell me the truth.
Not now, Meggie.
Yes, now. Were you and Jude involved in planting that bomb?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn it, Ryan, don't treat me like an idiot.
What I did or didn't do is none of your business.
Jude, did you have anything to do with this? No, don't look at your father. I asked you a question. Now answer it.
Jude, keep your mouth shut, do you hear?
I'm still your mother, Jude. Answer me, please.
Jude.
7 people have been killed.
What?
It was on the news.
Someone better tell me what's going on, because we're not leaving this room until I know the truth.
We were told there would be a warning.
And what if they told you there wasn't? Would you have refused to be involved then? I can't bear to look at you.
How many millions of Nought lives have been destroyed by the crosses over the centuries? No number of people killed in a shopping centre can ever pay for that.
These are human beings you're talking about. And what about the Noughts you just killed? It wasn't only crosses, you know. You killed your own as well.
Sometimes the ends have to justify the means. Collateral damage.
In that case, we have nothing more to say to each other. I want you out of this house. I want you out of this house by morning.
Mum, please.
I'm damned if I'll leave my own house.
I'm not going to let you drag a noose around Jude's neck. I'm not arguing with you, Ryan. Just pack your bags and go.
If Dad goes, then so do I.
Jude, you're a child. You don't know anything.
I'm actually doing something I believe in.
Then you can both leave.
Maggie.
I don't want you anywhere near me. Don't you ever come near me again.
Maggie.
It was you, wasn't it? Dad had nothing to do with it.
He knew what was going on.
You better not let him cover for you.
Or what?